What's going on, guys? D. Anthony here with evolutiontraders.com. In this video, I want to show you guys what I think, honestly, is the best and fastest way to make an extra $1,000 to $2,000 each and every single month trading futures. And we're talking about trading the NASDAQ 100 futures, which is the wild, wild west. Now, with this being said, okay, full disclosure, full disclaimer, full warning, okay? No strategy is guaranteed. You're going to take losses. It's going to happen. You're going to have red days. That's something you need to be an adult about. You need to control emotions that come with losing trades and losing days. And you need to have a little bit of self-respect for yourself to not go absolutely off the rails. Okay. Time and time again, I see and hear and talk to numerous traders that are $500 away from passing an evaluation, or, you know, $200 away from being eligible to receive a payout from a prop firm. And they're rushing the process. They're trying to get to the finish line as soon as possible. They're trying to squeeze out that extra 2 or 3 or 4 points so they can hit that mark and just get it over with. What's the rush? Okay, unless you don't have plans on waking up tomorrow and walking this earth, why are you rushing the process? It's all a mental game. Okay, see, you're going to find two different sides of the spectrum. You're going to have traders and educators and teachers out there that are going to say it's all 100% strategy. If you have a good strategy, you don't need to really worry about the psychology part. Then you're going to have people on the opposite side of the spectrum that's saying it's 90% psychology and only a little bit strategy. I'm right in the middle. Okay, I think, you know, maybe it's leaning heavily towards 65% psychology and around 35% strategy. Okay, obviously we need a strategy that works. How do we find a strategy that works? We back test. Okay, and then after we're done back testing, we implement that strategy in the real live markets, whether that be through a personal account or a prop firm. Okay, stay away from demo, stay away from sim. It does you no good. There's no incentive. There's no benefit to doing that other than learning a new platform. Unless you're learning a new platform, you should not be paper trading. You should not be sim trading. You're not practicing. If you want to practice, go out, buy a prop firm evaluation. They cost you like 25, 35, 50 bucks. Okay. If you can't afford 25, 35, 50 bucks, you do not even belong trading in the first place. Okay. You need to go get your bread, your money, your chips and ducks in a row, and then come over here and play in the real markets. With that being said, once you've back tested the strategy, once you see that it works, and I mean back test it extensively. Okay, I don't just mean looking at today's price action or yesterday's price action and telling yourself, hey, you know, this strategy looks like it might work. No, go through a month's worth of data, 2 months, 3 months worth of data, go through 100 trades, 200 trades, mentally play them out in your head, and then start implementing it in the live markets. If you don't want to do that, you don't really want to trade. How bad do you want to trade? How bad do you really want to learn this business? Right now, if you're thinking, well, that's going to take weeks and weeks on end to get, you know, go through 100 days, you know, or 200 trades or whatever. If you really wanted to, you can cram it in an 8-hour session overnight, right? Like if you really wanted to, you can study all night tonight, you know, go through 100 trades, you know, take notes, mentally replay those trades in your head. Give yourself a day off to kind of digest, go over your notes, look at the charts one more time, and then come in on day 3 and then start to trade. With that being said, this strategy right here, I think these two strategies is all you're really going to need to make an extra $1,000 to $2,000 a month. Now, again, remember, when you're using prop firms and you're utilizing this type of leverage where you can prove that you have a skill set, and then you can turn that skill set into real cash. The whole benefit is to having multiple accounts. Okay, it's not about having one funded account or 2 funded accounts. It's about having 5 or having 10 or having 20. The more accounts you have that you can make $1,000 to $2,000 a month on, the more money you're going to generate a month. Okay, so if you have 10 accounts and you can generate $1,000 a month, you could potentially take out $10,000. Well, let's call it half. You can take out $5,000. If you make $2,000, okay, and you have 10 accounts, that's $20,000 a month that you're generating off of your skill set. You could potentially take out $10,000 of that 20K that you just made. Again, the numbers are going to vary depending on what you make. And again, the timelines are going to vary depending on your level of experience. The strategy is very simple, okay? All you need to do is wait for the first 30 minutes of trade to close. That first 30-minute candle, we're going to play the 30-minute orb, which is opening range break. What is that? I've got it highlighted on my box, on my screen here, on this black box. This candle is a 6:30 a.m. candle. I live in California, so the markets here are going to open up at 6:30 a.m. Okay, so between 6:30 a.m. and 7 a.m., what I want to do is mark out that zone. And when I mark out that zone, I'm waiting for the breakout. And all of my future trades are going to stay with the bias of whatever side we break out of. Now, there's going to be some days where we don't break out of the range for 2 or 3 or 4 hours. Stay out of that price action, okay? Force yourself to stay out of that price action. So in this particular case, if you're looking at today's price action, majority of the day, it was grinding higher. So that's telling you you want to be on the long side of things. So if you go down, and it doesn't matter what time frame you use to play this opening range break, you can use the 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, it doesn't matter. I prefer the 2 minute, I prefer the 5 minute, okay? From there, you need to give yourself a realistic expectation on a price target. So what I would do personally is look at the 5 minute or 2 minute or whatever time frame you're going to use to play this breakout. Look at the ATR, average true range, okay? Whatever the average true range is, you can do one of two things. You can try to get close to that average true range. You can cut that average true range in half, or you can set a generic 5 point, 10 point, 15 point take profit. Okay, for me, I set a generic 5 to 10 point take profit depending on the range. So if the range is really big, like lately, this past week, even 2 weeks, we've had extraordinary days where the range of the whole day, the whole session is 400, 500, 600 points. I might be looking for closer to 10 points on a breakout. When the range is a lot smaller, let's call it 100 points, 200 points, 250, I might be looking for 5 points. So you have to do that homework and you have to understand what you're looking for. Okay, you can even go for 15 or 20 points, but again, the more points you're looking for, the higher the probability that it's not going to hit as at a higher frequency. Okay, so let's use I don't care, a 2 minute time frame. Okay, so if we look at the 2 minute time frame, and I'll zoom in here in just a second. If we look at this 2 minute time frame, okay, let me scroll this across so everyone can see this. We're going to see my nice little box here of the 30-minute opening range. Everyone see that? So we can do one of two things, okay? If you're going to play the initial breakout, I want you guys to be extremely cautious. So the first time we break that opening range, 8 times out of 10, okay, it's going to put in a new high very quickly and it's going to immediately backtrace. So when it backpedals, you have to be able to withstand that backpedal long enough to not get shaken out and close your position. You can, on the other hand, wait for a breakout, whatever that new high price is, go in when that high price gets confirmed, okay? So here's the breakout at 702. Here's the new price break over the 702 candle. This would be your entry, pulls back a little bit, and then continues to run. So in this particular case, at this moment in time, these 2 minute candles are 50 points. So if you're going to use the idea of, I'm going to take the ATR and say cut that in half, we're looking for a minimum of 20 points, 20 to 25 points minimum. If you're going to set a hard take profit of 5 or 10 points, and you actually took the first breakout, look at this price here. If the opening range of the 30-minute candle was sitting at 18,174, when we actually broke price, we put in a high of 18,183.75. So you would have been able to squeeze out 5 points, 6 points, 7 points, 8 points, 9.75 points on the initial breakout. Okay, if you're a scalper, that's plenty. So how we're going to make an extra $1,000 or $2,000 a month is we're going to do this every single day. Okay, we're going to figure out what that price target is that we're looking for. We're going to figure out when to mark out our box. It's after the first 30 minutes of trade. So you want to keep that box kind of moving as the day is going on and progressing in that first 30 minutes, you know, gradually increasing it or decreasing it or whatever, however the price is trading. We're going to look for that one setup. Okay. We're going to try to trade one mini contract. Okay. That's the goal here. Our stop loss is going to be something hard. So it's going to be either $250, $300, $350 per trade. Okay. We're going to look to target $100 to $200 per trade, 5 to 10 points at first, $100 to $200 per trade. Okay. When we make $200 or more, we're going to stop trading on the day. That's the first entry. The second entry is going to be the 20 SMA. Okay, we're going to use the 20 SMA. We're going to use that change in trend strategy, and we're going to set a hard 5 to 10 point take profit on that particular setup. So that's going to be trade setup number 2. In this particular scenario, at 7:28 in the morning on a 2-minute time frame, we have a 62 point candle range. Again, if the 2-minute range is moving up or down 40 to 60 points and we can't capture 5 or 10 points, it's not our fault, right? Like, it's not a bad move. So in this particular scenario, taking that opening range break for 5 points or 6 points or 7 points would have hit. If you held it a little longer and you're trading, let's say you don't like to trade mini contracts, maybe you're trading 2 or 3 micro contracts, then we need to look for a little bit of a bigger price target. Maybe we take half of the range, 20, 25 points. Maybe we set a hard 15 or 20 point take profit, but we've got to get those extra points if we're trading micros. You would have got it here after the pullback, and then it starts to ramp up here. You can see this goes up to a price of 18,195 from an entry price of, what was that again? 18,174. So this is 20 points. Within 4 minutes, you would have locked in 20 points. So that's that scenario. The next scenario is that 20 SMA play. Once we close below that 20 SMA and then a following candle confirms a low, we're shooting into that price. Keep mind of the 200-day moving average. So we want to make sure we're selling into the 200-day moving average, not holding it, expecting it to test low of day when you got a big macro intraday support here. In this particular case, I don't even need to do the math. This is a 47-point range candle. You would have taken 5 points, 10 points, 15 points, 20 points, whatever your hard take profit is. That's 2 trades. If you're trading on the mini side of things, that's at least $200. At least $200 to $300 in profits. We're done. The market's only been open 1 hour. We just made $200 to $300. We're going to do this every day for the next 30 days. Now, are you going to win every day? Absolutely not. Are you going to win every trade? Absolutely not. So the whole title of this video is how do we make an extra $1,000 to $2,000 a month? Is because if there's 22 some odd trading days, okay, in the month, all we realistically need to do is to win half or a little over half of those days with these 2 setups to be profitable. Okay, what are the rules? We're only looking for these 2 setups. What is another rule? If we make anything over $200 trading 1 mini contract, we are done trading on the day. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you're trading micros between 2 and 5 micros, anything over $100 in profit, we are done trading on the day. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Last and final rule. If we lose 2 trades, meaning the first 2 setups that we get, opening range and a 20 play after the opening range, make sure that your 20 play comes after the opening range of the 30-minute bar. Okay. The first trade of the day is going to be the 30-minute bar. The second trade of the day is going to be that next 20 SMA setup. Okay. If we lose both of those trades, you should be down somewhere between $250, $450. We are done trading on the day. We do not fight back. We do not wait around. We do not tell ourselves if we stick around, we're gonna catch something a little bit later. We are done trading on the day. We have another 22, 23 odd trading days in the month to make it back. If you stay consistent and you stay true to these 2 entry models, and you stay true to the discipline and you stay patient, you will see results. Okay, you will see results. If there's something that needs to be tailored or altered, you will know after the first 2-3 weeks of trading. You can adjust those stop losses. Maybe you can adjust a take profit to a larger take profit if the market's really showing you that. You can dial down your take profit to a smaller profit target if the market is showing you a little bit more choppier environment, so forth and so forth. Okay, but we're going to conduct ourselves as adults. We're going to treat this as a real business, and we're only realistically looking to work 1 to 2 hours a day. That is it. Is that because we can't make more money, or there's not future setups after the first hour to 2 hours? Absolutely not. The market doesn't close here for me in California until 1 o'clock p.m. But I'm not going to put my risk on the table, especially if I've won 1 or 2 trades, and risk giving that back later because I'm being a greedy SOB. That's the last thing you want to do, is be a greedy SOB. Racing, sprinting. So many traders are sprinting to an imaginary finish line. If I have to do this by this date, I have to make this much money by this date. Who has the gun to the back of your head so I can personally go over to your house and get them off of you? Because that feeling of I need to is the worst thing that could possibly happen to you as a trader. Remember, I'm a little bit more on the side of 65, maybe even 70% psychology, 30% strategy. Remember, we need a strategy that works. We need a strategy that's proven to work through our own personal backtesting and notes. But again, strategy is not everything. A lot of times traders will lose the first trade, win the second one, and then now they're just pretty much break even, and they're telling themselves, well, what do I do next, right? Let me take this setup. But this next setup that you take has nothing to do with the 2 entry models that I'm giving you here, because you're not patient, you're not disciplined, you can't stay on the same path for long enough to even see if something works. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to be doing a lot more lessons. We're really going to start ramping up the education here on the strategy building, trade plan building, and psychology building on how to be a more consistent trader. Now, I've been trading for 10 years. I trade options predominantly. Okay, that's accounting right now. It's gone down a little bit because I'm making a little bit more trading futures, especially the past 12 months. But trading options is making up around 70% of my income, and the other 30% of the income is coming from prop firms. Now, the payouts that I'm getting from Apex and the payouts that I'm getting from Top Step, I'm funneling a little bit of that each and every single time I get paid into my personal futures brokerage as well. I'm not trading it, but I'm building it up, okay? And that's another thing I also want all of you guys to do, is when you get paid out, whether it's every 2 weeks, whether it's once a month, whether it's once every 2 months, you need to take a little bit of that and reinvest back into your business. And there's 2 things that I want you to reinvest back into. Buying more evaluations, because anything can happen on any given day and we can lose a funded account. So we always consistently need to be working on more accounts, okay? Apex, that link is down in my description. They allow you to have up to 20 funded accounts, okay? So until you have 20 funded accounts, that's all you should be trying to focus on and work on. Like even myself, right now I have 8 funded accounts. All I'm consistently doing is trading my funded accounts. And then when I'm not trading those funded accounts, when I take 1 or 2 trades in them, whether they win or lose, I'm working on evaluations. I have a goal to get up to 20 accounts on the Apex side of things by the end of the year. I'm more than confident that I'm going to do that, because why? Winners win, right? Winners are just going to win. So I'm going to get those 20 accounts by the end of the year. Right now I'm averaging, okay? I'm averaging between $1,000 and $2,000 per account, okay? 2 of those accounts are fresh, so I haven't taken a payout yet. I'm just waiting for the end of the month to do that. But I've been working a solid anywhere in between 3 and 5 accounts, taking withdrawals of anywhere between $1,000 to $2,000 a month. Now, is that Lamborghini money? Is that yacht money? Is that retire FU money? Of course not. But it's providing an additional $4,000, $5,000, sometimes $6,000 a month to my bottom line, to what I already do on the option side of things. So remember, if I'm making 70% of my money from trading options in my personal account, now this is like adding a second job. This is an additional income. This is supplemental income. I believe if you work a 9 to 5, replace my options trading with your 9 to 5. So your futures prop firm trading should be your supplemental income. Okay, you need to make it a point to start withdrawing $1,000 to $2,000 a month each account that you have. Like, comment, subscribe. If you guys need more accounts, that's what keeps this channel funded, is you guys watching these videos. liking the videos, sharing the videos, subscribing to the channel. That's completely free, guys. It doesn't cost you anything. Let's get this channel to 10,000 subscribers. I've been at this YouTube thing now for about 4.5, 5 years. It's a slow grind, but a lot of the information is mint. A lot of the information is very, very key. Okay, there's a lot of people that I've worked with trading through YouTube, that I've met through YouTube, that are doing phenomenal. I'm talking about, I see people in my room and it makes me ecstatic, but they're taking $4,000 a month off Apex. They're taking $10,000 a month, shout out Burks, through Apex. Okay, they're taking 4,000, 5,000, shout out Nate. You guys are doing tremendous. Okay. And that's the kind of stuff that really fires me up, because that's people, and they're not necessarily trading one-to-one 100% the way I trade. However, they've taken bits and pieces and nuggets, worked with me, myself, and the team in Evolution Traders to tailor make some things that they've learned to fit their trading DNA, okay, their trader DNA, what works for them. And what works for them might not work for you. What works for me might not work for the next guy. But there's certain bits and pieces that you can take to build your own trading plan. This video is long-winded. I'll see all of you guys on the inside. If you do decide to join, that link is down in the description box below. To everyone else, I'll see you guys on YouTube on the next video.